Hello, everyone. In this video for Chapter 10, we're going to unpack one of the most complex topics in modern supply chain management: global logistics and international trade. As globalization reshapes markets, supply chains now span continents. Managing a global supply chain isn't just about shipping things farther, it's about navigating a maze of strategic decisions, regulations, cultural differences, and operational risks. In this chapter, we'll explore how companies make these choices, what factors they need to consider, and the frameworks they use to succeed. Let's begin with location strategy. With the rise of globalization, companies can theoretically locate anywhere in the world, but choosing where to locate a factory, distribution center, or sourcing hub requires deep analysis. Companies must first define each facility's strategic role. Is it an offshore factory built solely for low-cost production, or a lead factory that drives innovation and development? The 6 global facility types range from basic production centers to advanced R&D hubs. First, there is an offshore factory, a low-cost production facility using unskilled workers in a market with lower labor and material costs, where the production output is typically exported back to the manufacturer's home country. Next is a source factory, which manufactures products at a low cost, but with skilled workers and significant managerial resources. Third, there is a server factory, set up to take advantage of government incentives or reduce taxes or tariffs, and focused on serving the local or regional market. Fourth is a contributor factory, set up to focus on product development and engineering for the products they manufacture. Fifth is an outpost factory, located in an innovation hub near advanced suppliers, competitors, and research facilities. And last, there is a lead factory, which is the source of a company's product innovation and provides a competitive advantage for the organization. Understanding these roles helps companies deploy the right capabilities in the right regions. Companies use various location factors to compare one potential location against another when making global location decisions. Some of the factors that can be evaluated include the cost of labor, taxes and the regulatory environment, the ease of access to suppliers and markets, political and currency stability, the local infrastructure and logistics networks, and the quality of life in each potential location. Each of these must be carefully considered. To make these evaluations, companies use tools like the weighted factor rating models, which assign priorities to different criteria, or a break-even analysis, which compares fixed and variable costs across alternatives. But the story doesn't end once a site is chosen. Moving goods across country borders introduces a new layer of complexity: international trade compliance. Each cross-border shipment can involve completing over 35 different forms, complying with hundreds of laws, interacting with dozens of potential regulatory agencies, and the risk of fines, shipment delays, or even seizures if it's not all done correctly. Since 9/11, the US and other countries have implemented strict security measures to protect trade routes from terrorist exploitation. In the US, the Department of Homeland Security now oversees border security, while Customs and Border Protection, CBP, enforces trade laws. CBP collaborates with more than 20 other U.S. agencies to ensure that all imports are safe and compliant. CBP even conducts inspections at overseas ports before goods depart for the U.S. Another powerful tool is the Foreign Trade Zone, FTZ. These are areas within the U.S. borders, but considered outside U.S. customs territory for tax purposes. Within an FTZ, companies can store goods without paying duties until they enter the U.S. market, perform manufacturing or assembly operations, or export the goods from the FTZ without ever paying U.S. tariffs. This provides strategic flexibility and cost savings, especially in uncertain markets. On the flip side, exporting presents its own challenges. Companies must file a shipper's export declaration, which identifies the destination, planned usage, value, and any licensing requirements. Exporters must also ensure that they aren't shipping products to any denied parties or embargoed nations, or they may face significant criminal or civil penalties or sanctions. Even sharing sensitive technology with foreign nationals on U.S. soil may count as a deemed export, which requires licenses and regulatory compliance. To manage all this international trade complexity, companies rely on intermediaries such as customs brokers, who help complete and file the correct documentation, international freight forwarders who coordinate multimodal international shipments, trading companies who manage transactions between global buyers and sellers, and non-vessel operating common carriers, or NVOCCs for short, who specialize in arranging space on ocean cargo ships. As you can see, global logistics and international trade require a blend of strategy, regulatory knowledge, operational coordination, and risk management. It's not enough to make a product. You need to get it to the right place, at the right time, under the right rules. Let's explore this chapter in depth and learn how supply chains succeed in the global arena.